I'm a big believer in eating the whole beast. I think if we're to kill something, we should eat the whole animal, you know. And I don't know. Growing up, my mother would always cook us the beef hearts, chicken hearts, tripas. My concern now is that nowadays, like the younger generations, they don't know about it or they really don't care about it. All that history is gonna be lost. So I think it's up to all of us cooks to like show off what it could do. You know what I mean? And kind of like keep on pushing it, so that doesn't get lost. Our history doesn't get lost. And I know, oh, they're so gross. Where do you get beef hearts? HEB sells beef hearts. Almost everyone does. So it would look like this, naturally like this, right? And then you would have like all the valves and stuff. But the cool thing is HEB has them cleaned already, and they come in 2 pieces. So what we really got to be worried about is just cleaning all this good stuff right here, trimming this off, and then cooking it as a steak, So if you bear with me, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the bigger piece first. The inside, I like to see, you have to make sure you have a real sharp knife. Look at this guy. I'm pretty sure it's a deer antler or something. The cool thing is that when your friend's parents have the coolest things, look at this. It's weird, right? I love it. Okay, so then what we're gonna do is we're gonna start cutting all these little things, right? All these little pieces. And you think, oh, that's not a big deal. It is. Do you wanna eat it or do you wanna chew it? It's up to you. What do you like in your mouth? It depends. Okay, so we can all these little dudes out. You see there's all, like right here, you can't see, but like right here, right here, you see this little film right here? We gotta take that off, man. Okay, if not, it's gonna be chewy, And if I don't do it the right way, my friend's dad's gonna tell me something, his mom's probably gonna tell me something, I didn't do it the right way. Oh, that guy says he's a chef, but look, it's chewy. Okay, so we can do that. Trim this off. Okay, now we get to the good stuff. So this stuff right here, you want to take off too, right? So what we do is we go under here like this. You take your time, baby. You don't get to be fast. You're like, oh, it's going to take forever. It doesn't. See? And we just trim it. We just follow it. It's kind of like when you have like ribs, you got to take off that film on the back of it. Because once it cooks, it's going to get like this, right? And that's what you don't want. And then we come up here. Okay. But you have to have the heart to do this. Mind the pun. Okay. So then we trim that. We trim as much as we can because what we want is just the beef itself, right? Okay. And then the thing about this beef is that people are kind of like, does it taste like liver? What does it taste like? My thing is that it tastes like beef. I would say a cross between beef and maybe like liver, kind of. It gets awful, so it's gonna have that taste, but it's more on the beefy side. Okay, so hopefully this dog likes scraps too. So I have stuff on the floor for their dog. Okay, so now what we have is we have this heart. I know it's kind of chweck looking, but it's all right. It'll do its deal. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it in slices, right? But this is just to show you how to cook the beef heart. There's so many different ways. You can make carniza out of it, can make skewers out of it. But I'm just showing like, hey, you want something simple and done? Okay, look, check this out. So you see this, like it has all this weird stuff in here, right? So all this, see that? Look at that. It's like a brain or something in there. But that's what we cut out too. So we go flat like this. Bam. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So then we get our hearts, we check them, make sure they're good. See, now if you look at it, it looks like a piece of beef, right? You don't think, oh man, I can't eat that. It looks like frog legs. Oh man, they look like legs. See, it looks like beef, it looks just like beef. But what I like to do is season it very heavy though. Let me wash my hands.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Tatu.
I just turned 40, so I've been freaking out about dying. So I'm very crazy about washing my hands 1,000 times. We got my pieces of beef here, and a big thing. See, look, you get salt like this, Himalayan pink salt, like this. You get kosher salt, whatever floats your boat. My thing is to make sure you season it very heavy. When I say season it very heavy, just make sure that everything's coated very well. Because when we sear it, we want to impart a lot of that flavor into it because there's no fat in it, right? So we're gonna season it. I always say season high. We season high, it goes over everything, right? We season low, it goes over only one little thing. So we always season high, right? Then we flip the doodad like this. Bam. Get some. And the same thing again, one more time. Then with pepper, so we get our pepper. Proteins should be, except for fish, should be seasoned heavy. Just because you have to think like, the beef is this thick and you lightly season it, how's all this meat in the middle gonna get flavor, right? Where if we were to season heavy and then we slice our stuff, right, you're gonna have that crust of flavor and it's gonna add to the rest of your protein. I like stuff that's seasoned, stuff that's flavored. Some people don't. If you're kind of those people, you know what? You could always go to Denny's, go to IHOP. Okay, so everything's seasoned well. Now we're gonna go to our pan. We're gonna make sure our pan's hot. Right? How do we know it's hot? We put our finger in it like this, look. Yeah, okay. Now it's a little hot. Is this oil? Yes? Okay. So then we're gonna put a little bit of oil right here. What kind of oil? It doesn't matter. We're just gonna use oil. We're gonna coat the pan, right? So then you can see it's smoky, right? That's the time where we're gonna do it. So now we're gonna sear it. You hear that? That's what we're looking for. And the big thing is, don't crowd the pan. If it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. It's kind of like what my wife always tells me. Your pants don't fit, mijo. Your pants don't fit. Buy bigger ones. But you know what? It's a life we live. So what we're trying to do now is, you see it's searing very well. We don't want to mess with it. We don't want to touch it. We want it to get a hard sear to build that crust, to build that flavor. And it's probably gonna take maybe like, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes. It just depends. You know, people are always like, 2 or 3 minutes, that's fast. It's a long time, you know. So same thing, I like to just use my spoon. And then I like to do is just move it a little bit over so you can see if it's getting that crust that you're looking for. See? And then we're gonna flip it over. And a lot of times too, what you could do as well is that you could pat it dry before you sear it, just so you try to get as much moisture out of it, you know. Okay, so then we're gonna come over here, and then we're gonna put them here. Okay, I've been doing this for a very long time, so it's not too hot for me. We don't want like that. Damn. Any culture outside the United States, you know, you look at, you know, like Asians or Europeans or whatever, they all eat the whole animal. You know, it's only Americans that we're kind of like, ooh, I want to have a ribeye instead. Ooh, I just want to have turkey. You know, where you go anywhere else outside of the U.S. and, you know, they cook their tripe a certain way. They'll have brains. You know what I mean? And it's one of those things where we're the only ones that are kind of super wasteful in that manner. So now we have our beef. It got to rest a little bit, right? And all we're gonna do is gonna get it. We're gonna slice it super thin, and like this. Uh-oh. And the cool thing, like to me, it's super delicate. It's gorgeous. Look at this. Look at that. And would you try it first? I'll try it. Tastes like beef. So there we go, guys. It's beef hearts, just seasoned, and we just make sure that the thing was really hot, and we cut it super thin. It's like anything else, like, you know, you have a ribeye and I cut big pieces, it's gonna be hard for you to chew. Where I'm like, I cut it real thin and where it melts in your mouth and it's palatable and you can taste all the flavors. You know what I mean? And I think that's where a lot of that comes into play, where, you know, we want to cut big chunks of things, but you can't taste anything. Unlike we cut it really nice and thin, you know, you taste everything that's supposed to be tasted. If you have all your teeth, it's not gonna be chewy. But if you're like me, you're missing a couple because you know why? You like Lucas, you like big reds. That's what happens. Then you gotta chew a little bit longer. But you know what? Stop being así. Consequences, my friends. Kids, stay away from big reds.